Yo, what's going on, guys? The Kitty G on EGTV, and I'm back again with another video. Hopefully, you guys are well. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the video if you haven't already done so. Also, Arsenal won this game 2-1 versus Zurich, the opening day of the Europa League for Arsenal. We opened up with the 5:45 kickoff, pretty early in the day. And unfortunately, but we heard some sad news today that the monarch, the queen, has passed away, and condolences to the family and everything else. But of course, that might mean that the Premier League fixtures this weekend might be postponed. Yes, there might not be any fixtures this weekend for the Premier League due to the fact that they do 12 days of mourning for the passing of the queen. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But bringing it back quickly to the game, I thought the Arsenal game 2-1. Let me know what you guys thought. Man of the match. The question is in the poll on who is the man of the match, who you guys thought was the man of the match. I thought this game was very interesting, to say the least. So let me just break through what I thought about the game, because there were some things that I wanted to point out. So game begins, and I'm seeing the lineup, and I'm looking at the lineup, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? We went with Matt Turner in the back, who I have a lot of questions about after watching this game. I have a lot of concerns about Matt Turner, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Tomiyasu, good to see him back. Rob Holding, Gabriel, center-back pairing. Not the most confident pairing, but you know what? To say the least, this should be enough to get us through this game versus Zurich. Tierney back in the fold. I thought he was one of our better players on the night. Fabio Vieira getting his first start for Arsenal. I was very excited to see Fabio Vieira playing. Very good to see him. Lokonga getting more confidence, getting more of a good performance. I thought Lokonga was okay. Some people didn't think so also, but we're going to talk about that in a bit. Granit Xhaka, you could tell Granit Xhaka was a level above all these other guys in his home country of Switzerland. And you know what? He absolutely bossed them today. I thought Granit Xhaka was one of the best players on the pitch. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. I'm going to get to your comments in a second. I can see Big Ben in the house saying, I think it's a good win, but let alone we put out a weak team. Yes, we did put out a weak team, but you know what? We faced a weak opposition and we beat them convincingly. Now let's get into the game. Marquinhos. Guys, Marquinhos has arrived. Within 16 minutes, Fabio Vieira chips the ball to Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah slots it across the box for Marquinhos to slot it away. And the opening goal for Marquinhos was a good goal. I was happy. When I seen Marquinhos score that goal, I was like, yes, Marquinhos on the score sheet, and he tucked it away. And he was very emotional after he tucked it away also. He was very, very emotional, very happy. You could tell that it meant a lot to him once he scored that goal. And the way that he just tucked it away quite easily. It was an easy goal. As you can see right there, very simple, just tap in to open net at that point from the pass that split open the defense in Eddie Nketiah. I'm just joking. He just put it across the box and he tapped it away. Eddie Nketiah also got us the winning goal. But before he did that, he also made a mistake that led to us conceding the opening goal. I think, you know what, it's quite harsh to give that penalty, but of course you're going to get a penalty if you get a tangle with the player's feet in the box. No matter what, he was going to get that penalty. He got the penalty, but you know what, we overseen it, we went over it, and we ended up winning the game. Big up to Eddie Nketiah. Now, finally, what are we going to talk about today's game? I feel like Matt Turner had a shocker. I feel like Marquinhos looked like a star. I thought Eddie Nketiah played well. Martinelli had a quiet night. But Mikel Arteta, why are you subbing on Saka, Gabriel, Martinelli, all these guys? Why are you subbing them all on? You don't need to sub on Zinchenko. You don't need to sub on Martinelli. You don't need to sub on you don't need to sub on Odegaard, Jesus, Saka, and Zinchenko. You could have just relaxed, but he chose to do that. I wanted to give them some rest. I thought we could have won this game quite convincingly without them. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, just before we go to your comments, guys, the lines are open. Jump on the lines. We got Tommy in the house. Tommy, how you feeling about the game? And yeah,
all right, man.
Will be a star.
It was okay. The performance was whack for me, but we got the win in it, but the performance wasn't good enough. Matt Turner, like, why is he trying to? What's he doing, bro? Like, Get rid of the ball, man. He almost cost us a goal, bro. What the fuck was he doing, man? Get rid of it. But I thought Marquinhos was quality. I thought that goal was fantastic. I thought Martinelli was dog shit, fam. And why was he still? He should have been taken off for me, bro. Martinelli. I thought he was shit today. And
it wasn't that. One second. It's not that the player is shit. It's that the other people stepped up, and he didn't need to step up.
But his passing was poor. He wasn't dribbling enough past players for me. I don't even understand how he was still on the pitch. Then Arteta bring in Saka and that? What you do? It shows his inexperience bringing these players on when it's necessary. It shows with Arteta. You know I don't rate this man. It shows his inexperience. Why didn't you take You should have left Marquinhos on. You should have taken Martinelli off. Simple.
Okay.
Inexperience. It shows his inexperience for me, but yeah, it was okay. But we got the win at the end of the day, man. That's all I can say, bro.
There you go. Simple. I thought it was a professional performance for majority of the game. I thought the penalty you couldn't say we didn't deserve the penalty. But yeah, what did you think about the game, and what do you think about the performance overall?
I think the performance overall, was an average performance. I don't think we were great. I don't think we were too bad either. I think a few players stood out. Marquinhos, Fabio Vieira. I think Vieira, for the first goal, that was a bit of quality to find Nketiah. Of course, Nketiah shushing everyone, the haters. Eddie, my boy, doing very well. Very happy for him as well. And yeah, man, Marquinhos looked good. And it was an emotional moment for him. So I'm sure everyone will be happy for him as well. But our squad depth is an issue, but we'll probably talk about that later in the show.
Yeah, so let's just before we go any further, let's just look at some of the stats. The stats pretty much show you that, yeah, we weren't clinical. We had a lot of shots, we had a lot of opportunities, but if you really look deeper into it, we had the possession, we had everything. But did we really create clear-cut chances throughout the majority of the game? I don't think we did. A lot of those shots were pop shots. What do you think?
Not really. We didn't really have that many chances, but Zurich weren't even that good. They didn't even cause up. They didn't even press out Zurich. They weren't even that good today. But we didn't really batter them. We just did okay, I guess. That's all I can say, man. We did okay, but like M says, the performance was whack for me. It was absolutely whack, but we got the win end of the day. But we need to. It's not good enough. We need to perform well.
Okay, people are saying, mate, there were not many players who put work rate in like Martinelli and score an assist every game. Give it a rest. Bro, he wasn't saying that he was shit. He was just saying he had a quiet game. Come on. You can't call Martinelli shit for having a quiet game. But yeah, Gunnar Souls, how you feeling, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, feeling all right. I mean, obviously there was that big news during the game as well. Obviously, people who are from England, that it does deflate you regardless of whether you're monarchy or anti-monarchy. So yeah, if the second half definitely felt weird, kind of watching that because everything changed. Obviously, all the broadcasting changed, but in terms of the game, it was a typical European game. That's the way I always say it. I think one of the things that English fans need to grasp is when we play in Europe, it is different. We kind of are at a disadvantage because we're only now coming into an era where the Premier League is played more tactically. It's played more like a chess game. And one of the things is in Europe, it's more tactical than quality. So there's a lot more systems in play. There's a lot more structures in play, which is why even those sort of bad quality teams or teams on paper that we should be smoking, we struggle against because it's different, and the type of football that other countries play is completely different. Like that's why the Premier League is unique, and it's why people love the Premier League. It's because of what it offers, the intensity, the press. But when you come and play teams in Spain or Italy or even Germany or even the likes of Zurich, for example, they're a bit of a surprise factor. We don't get them week in, week out in the Premier League. Actually, we don't get those styles at all in the Premier League sometimes. So I think it's a learning curve. And the other thing is it's the first time that these players have kind of played together. And in any competitive sport, when you don't play together regularly or you haven't played together, it takes quite a while to get used to each other, especially when, like Marquinhos, for example, he's been playing in the under-23s. You know, it's completely different to the first team. It was Fabio Vieira's first start for us, and that's completely, it can throw a creative player off, like how people move, the decisions that people make in games. And I've heard a lot of people say, but isn't that what training's for? But when you're in a game, the situation's different. When pressure's on you, you revert to what you know rather than what you should be doing. So sometimes players have that tendency of not doing what they're required to do. So I think it's a good game. We've got to win. We can't complain too much about it. But for me, it was kind of what I in reality expected. I wanted a 3-0, but we've seen it even Real Sociedad today, for example. They're not the best Spanish team. They're actually a very low quality in terms of players, but they managed to do a job on United, who are in form. So anything can happen in Europe.
There you go. And you know what? I'm just gonna say to the people in the comment section, let me know what you guys thought about the game. Big up the panel. Boring game, my guy says here. That's the first European night. Most of them in Arsenal shirts. What? That's the first European night for most of them in Arsenal shirt. That's true. How many of these guys have had European nights with Arsenal? Just looking at this team, you got Martinelli has had European nights. Eddie's had it. Marquinhos hasn't. Sammy Lokonga hasn't. Vieira hasn't. Tomiyasu hasn't. Turner hasn't. So that's the whole this side. So that's 5 players have never played in Europe with Arsenal. So not a lie. And then you also have Zinchenko and Jesus haven't played in Europe with Arsenal. So that is a first for a couple of them. And then yeah, obviously the other guys have already played in the Champions League, but that's just besides the point. But yeah, quickly just talking about the Champions League. I wanted to quickly touch on the United game. Did you guys watch the United game?
Yeah, I watched it. They were shit. They were dog shit.
What did you guys think about United, man?
Royal Sociedad worked with a better team. I didn't really think that was a penalty, to be honest. For Royal Sociedad, that was wasn't sure. I was watching it with my dad, and my dad's thinking, is it a penalty? Because I wasn't sure if it was a penalty or not. But you gotta give credit to Real Sociedad. It's good to see David Silva, Man City legend, and yeah, Man United. They were dog shit today. Like nothing, bro. Like,
this goes to show you can beat Arsenal in the Premier League and then end up losing to a team in the Europa League. It's pretty funny, right?
Yeah, that's it's the same old Man United anyway. Like,
yeah, but I wasn't gonna spend too much time on Man United. But you got anything to say on them?
Yeah, I was watching the game. Casemiro looks bang average. It could be that he's still getting up to pace, but hey, your Partey Casemiro comment doesn't look too bad now, does it?
No, it doesn't. We'll wait and see on that. But yeah, I thought Man United are Man United. But yeah, when it comes to that penalty shot, I don't think that was a penalty. Let me show you guys.
The ref got it wrong, you know. Might not be a penalty. Yeah. The ref.
So he kicked it from close angle, and then the bro thinks he's playing basketball. Obviously, that's a troll thing, but it hit his body, and then I don't think there was anything in that. Let's be honest.
I think it's because it's unnatural to do what he did. Like, why is he jumping like that? Like, it's such a stupid thing to do. Like, I kind of understand why the ref would give it. I'm not saying it's a penalty, by the way. I'm just saying there is a flip side to why a decision like this can be made. Normally, when they look at it, it's unnatural position. Like, who jumps like that in a football game? Like, if we're being real, it's stupid to do that. He's nowhere near the player that you can sit there and go, oh, he's going in for a slide tackle. It kind of, I get it, because just because it hit a body part and then hit his arm, he was already in motion. And I'm not saying he done it deliberately, but then why else did he jump like that? Because the only other part of his body he was going to touch it was his arms. So it's just a weird, I don't know what he was doing, to be honest. And that's more of the question. Like, the penalty was a bit fugazi and it was a bad decision, but it's just, why did he do that? That's just weird to do.
Okay, and just before we move on, hopefully you guys can't see my screen. Just before we move on, there's something I wanted to talk about before we go back onto the player ratings. Did you guys hear about? Of course, the Queen's passing has now meant that this weekend's Premier League fixtures could be postponed, and
Yeah.
now more than ever, it does seem more likely that it will be potentially postponed.
Well, yeah, rest in peace to the Queen.
Reports coming out that I think Mike Kegan from the Daily Mail, the Mail Sport, have reported that Premier League this weekend's fixtures, breaking news, Premier League this weekend's fixtures will be postponed, believed to be postponed due to the death of Queen Elizabeth. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is gut-wrenching, of course. First of all, the passing of the Queen, of course, but then no Premier League for potentially 2 weeks.
All right.
It'll be 4 weeks because after next week is international break.
Oh yeah.
Potentially 4 weeks of no Premier League. What do we think?
Not good, but I can wait, man.
We're gonna be top of the league for that time at least, but like
Because
nothing. You guys have nothing to say.
Yeah, because we're supposed to play. Go on. Because we're supposed to play Everton at home on Sunday, then Brentford away, then the North London derby on the 1st of October, obviously, then Liverpool at home, Leeds away, and all that. So, yeah.
But
They
the
should
thing
just
is,
finish off the Premier League season and give us the title.
Because I'm supposed to, because I'm gonna go Leeds away like soon on the 16th of October. I'm gonna go Leeds away, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen, innit? Because I want to go Leeds away, innit?
Guys, think about it. If the Premier League was ended, we'd be champions right now.
no, but it's
I
not.
know, but it's not a pandemic, man. It's too. Look, the reality is, like as much as we hate it, as much as there's a lot of fans who are having a bit of a meltdown about it, but the reality is, if you look at who Queen Elizabeth is for the country, forget about whether you like her or not. It's a huge figure in terms of England, like history and everything. So they have to pay respect. The thing is, we knew it was going to happen. We knew there's going to be 10 days of mourning. We know next week's games are postponed, even if they don't need to announce it because the funeral is on Sunday from the timing perspective. So weekend's cancelled. So we're not going to have football for 4 weeks. And to be completely honest, we kind of need it. Our players need a rest as well. They seem to be a little bit lagged.
Yeah, they need a rest, bro.
But the only other flip side is fixture congestion. That can be a concern because now they've got to fit these 2 games in whilst the World Cup goes on, whilst European football is still going ahead. And it's just going to be like, where do you fit these games in? Because it's just going to cause a bit of a pile-on. Or is it the fact that the league will end 2 weeks later? We'll have to wait and see how they kind of manage that one.
So the Europa League and Champions League will carry on then?
Yeah, because UEFA don't care. UEFA don't care that.
UEFA don't give a shit anyway.
European games are gonna go ahead. It's just the Premier League, of course.
Yeah, because Europe, it's got nothing to do with Europe, and it's an England thing. So,
yeah, I'm looking at it from.
I was just checking my calendar. Yeah, I was counting the weeks. That means we're gonna come back for like Liverpool at home on the 9th of October because I was checking my calendar in it.
So. No, we would come back on the 1st of October technically, wouldn't we?
For the North London derby.
Yeah, the next game. For North London derby at that point.
I'm going to try and go to the game with my sister in it or my dad in it. So yeah.
No, those games will go ahead as scheduled. It's just the next 2. That's
fine,
it. It's not a pandemic where we're like, oh, is a disease going? It's just the fact we can't play the next 2 games. That's it.
Yeah, it's just Everton at home and Brentford away, the London derby.
Yeah, that'll be rescheduled. That's it.
So the North London derby should be fine because I'm going to go to the game anyway. So the North London derby. So yeah.
Yeah, that's in 4 weeks. There is no mourning in 4 weeks anyway, so it should be fine.
Sure.
You're on mute.
Just before we go back to the Europa League stuff and everything else, I just wanted to touch on this. Did you guys see the Mykhaylo Mudryk interview with Ben Jacobs, friend of the show, of course? Big
Yes. We need to sign him now. You might as well sign him.
So look at this. I'm gonna actually play it because I don't think I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Arsenal is a very good team, and from my side, I can't say no. The Shakhtar Donetsk winner, Mudryk, says he's open to a move in Arsenal in January and set a record straight on his nickname. So yeah, let's just play this, and then we're good to go. You guys can see it?
Yeah, man.
Let me just mute my audio. Let me know if you can hear it, okay?
Okay.
It's not Ukrainian Neymar, it's Ukrainian Mudryk. This sounds is better. Mudryk is top player. It's one of the best player on its whole time.
You have been linked with a move to the Premier League. Has that been difficult with all the speculation?
In winter, we will see. Was a lot of discuss about this transfer, about clubs who wants me, but it's normal. Now I'm in Shakhtar and I want to play in this team. I love this team. I love every guy in this team. Shakhtar for me, it's my home. But now for me, very important is all my thoughts only about Shakhtar. But in winter we will see.
Do you dream of playing?
Every guy dream it about Premier League.
Is there a dream club that you would like to play for one day? With Mudryk at Real Madrid, with Arsenal, who are interested?
Yes, it's hard to say, but Arsenal is very good team, very good coach. I like the way.
Long story short, he's flirting with Arsenal. Let's just cut the crap. The whole interview was basically to see if he would be open to a move to Arsenal. And speaking about potential transfers, I don't think there is anything that he would say that no one else would say in his position. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't mean this transfer is not going to happen. It just means we know that the player would be willing to join Arsenal. That's it.
What position does he play?
He
Left
is a
winger.
left and right winger. He plays on both wings.
Yeah, but
That's
he's
good,
predominantly a left winger. He's not really.
Yeah, but
Left
he plays.
winger. Oh, cool. I mean, because Martinelli for me, he needs competition for me, man. He needs competition.
Okay, so keeping it
He's getting on my Martinelli's getting on my nerves now a bit, man.
Why is Martinelli getting on your nerves? What the hell are you talking about? Man,
Yo, he was poor today.
He wasn't
No,
that good today. His
not
passing
about-
was sloppy today.
Stop.
He was
What
trying
do you mean
to
stop? His
bicycle
passing
kicks.
was sloppy today, mate.
It's
It was
not
sloppy.
about. Oh my god! It's not about today, boys. It's not about
Passing was
today.
sloppy.
I'm not going to
today.
lie. His final product is kind of shocking this season, in my opinion. The main issue I have with him is if you're going to be a winger or even an inside forward, you need to put your head up, and that's kind of the only thing that's letting him down. Is there's opportunities for him to kind of play a ball in, and he's trying to shoot. All he needed to do is look up, and you'll see that there's a striker there, or you'll see that there's another player to cut it back to, and he doesn't make the right decisions. I say it more than half the times now, and I kind of agree. I'm not saying, look, that doesn't make him a bad player. It's just there's things he needs to improve, otherwise they become
What
habits.
he was saying-
And you know that bicycle kick. At least
What-
hit the target for that bicycle
No,
kick.
but what you said earlier that he's shit. That's not necessary. You
I
can-
know,
you can-
but his passing was sloppy today, man. It was sloppy.
Okay, let's talk about people who've been bad.
I have to criticize people, man. We have to
No,
criticize.
we can criticize
Hey.
people, but let's criticize people who deserve it. Matt Turner. What do we think about Matt Turner's performance? Because he's gonna be the-
Shocking. What? Is he trying to annoy me? Are you trying? He almost cost us. Is this keeper trying to annoy me? He almost
Yeah.
cost us, man. He's lucky.
Let me get
Zurich don't have quality strikers. He's lucky.
Matt Turner is the first person we're gonna rate. We conceded a goal. It wasn't really his fault, but overall his performance was not good. So what are we thinking about Matt
I'm not
Turner?
convinced on Matt Turner, man. I'm not convinced on that keeper.
What do you think?
I'm gonna give him a 2, bro. I'm giving him a 2.
I don't really know if he had anything other than that moment to deal with, like. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I just think it's a 4. Like I don't think he did anything like completely stupid other than that one thing.
So
Yeah,
you,
but I'll give him
so
a 2, man.
you're not 100%. So you know what we're gonna do? The way we're gonna do it, we're gonna do Matt Turner, then we're gonna do the defense, then we're gonna go to the midfield. We'll do it in parts. But first things first, what do we think about Matt Turner? Everyone, what are you giving his rating?
0. I think it was shocking. You
I'm
see this
giving it
guy?
0.
I said I'd sell him before he even kicked the ball because he's not good enough. So I've seen him play 2 games. Was it Nuremberg and today? And this guy is shocking. Like, I pray Ramsdale doesn't get injured because if this guy comes in for Ramsdale,
We are in trouble.
we're in big trouble. Smaller teams are going to be putting 2-3 goals past us.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
I'll take
Not-
Nick.
Zero.
I'll
I'll
take
give him
Nick.
a zero.
I'll
We're
take
gonna
Nick
give-
Pope over.
We're gonna give him a
I'll take
4.
Pope over this
We're gonna
guy.
give him a 4. What do we say? 4?
I'm giving him a 2, man.
M.
Okay, 2.
Okay, Souls.
I'm gonna stick with it 4.
Okay, we'll go in the middle. 3. That works. 1 second before we lock it in. People are saying 2 in the chat. That's it. People in the chat, you need to give us your voice. This is your chance. 4. What? LOL. Okay. So I guess the chat has spoken. Everyone's spoken. So we're gonna go in the middle. That's 3. They gave him a 6. They said shaky start, gave the ball away for a chance, but subsequent corner.
6.
They gave him a 6, but they give everyone a 6 when we win 10-2. Tomiyasu, no issue. I give him a 6. What do we say?
A 7. I
that's
thought you had
it.
a good game.
7. I think it was good. Yeah.
Yeah,
7.
I'll give him. For me, I'll give him an 8.
Considering
I
he's
thought-
back, like it's his first actual game back as well. Like,
I'll give him an 8. I thought he was outstanding today, man. I'll give him an 8.
8. Wow. Okay.
I don't know if
people,
anyone was outstanding, but yeah, fair enough. That's
people in the chat, let me know what you guys thought about Tomiyasu. Right now, we have him at a 7.
That's just
Let
what
me
it
know.
is. God and souls, my mate, man. That's what it is, bro. God and
People are
souls.
saying 7. There you go. So Tomiyasu's getting his 7. Moving on to Rob Holding. Rob Holding was shocking at times. I thought Rob Holding overall was a 5. Would you
3.
guys-
Yeah,
a 5. Okay, fair enough.
I don't rate Rob Holding. He
I'm
annoys
giving
me
him
a bit,
average
bro.
performance. This is a Rob Holding average performance where he's not directly at fault for any of the goals, but he doesn't look commanding at all.
Now, do you
Yeah.
know what it is with both of these defenders here? Like, I'm gonna say it now. They can't play football. Like, I don't know what they offer. They couldn't bring the ball forward. I didn't know what build up we could do.
Gabriel
with them.
didn't do anything wrong today.
Well, how can you do anything wrong against Zurich? Like,
Gabriel
it's
is
not
just
hard.
he's not that good, man. Gabriel. Nah.
No, do you know what the problem is? I just don't. Do you know when I seen them 2 play, I was like, thank God we've got White and Saliba because at least we've got one part of our centre backs who can actually play ball. Like I don't know what they did to help build up at all. But
Okay.
I'll give them both a 5 because they only conceded 1. But
You know what? To be fair, I think 5 is kind of harsh, but we're being harsh.
Huh?
I
2
think
for me.
he's meant to be our most
2.
senior defender. You can't be known that if you're gonna go, it's an average holding performance as a 5. You've got to he's got higher expectations.
I'm giving Holding a. I'll give Holding a 4. I'll give Gabriel a.
Gabriel's
2 for
been
me.
shaky this whole season.
I'm
It's not
giving him
just this game.
Gabriel 2 for me.
So
He's
we're
been
both-
he's been
I'm
shaky
still not
this whole
convinced on
season.
Gabriel. I'm not
we're giving
convinced on
both
that.
of
I'm
them
still not
5s.
convinced on
We're
that
giving
guy.
both of them 5s. They gave them
I'm not convinced
6.5.
on Gabriel for me.
They say look rash, struggled
Same.
aerially in the final stages. All they put for Gabriel was fine. Kieran Tierney, I thought he was one of our better players of the match. One of the
He
men
was
of the match.
outstanding today, Tierney. I
Yeah.
thought he played well today.
He
Tierney.
made a match-saving block in the opening half. I think
Do
he
you know
deserved.
what's weird with Tierney? He got faster as the game got on. Like you
How
can
did
see
he
like
get
his
faster?
fitness.
Oh yeah, there
Huh?
you go. Yeah, you're right. His fitness.
Yeah, I
did
think
look-
it was that. I think it was outstanding today, Tierney. So for me, I'll give him a 9.
9. That's
I don't know
too
if it was a 9. I don't think anyone deserves a 9 today.
much.
No, Tierney
can't
does
say-
for
I
me.
can't lie.
I think if we're giving Tomiyasu a 7, Tierney deserves just as good or maybe better. So 7.5.
7.5 should be fine. It should be fair.
Everyone agree? What do you guys in the chat think? Let me know, guys. Chat. Let me know what you guys think. Souls 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one play that's getting higher than that, but yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and M.
Yeah, I'll give him 7.5. I think he was good. I don't even know why he was subbed. I don't know why
What?
Arteta
They
took
gave
him
him
off.
a 6.5. They said also find one decent effort on target.
It's a bit fugazi, these ratings. I can't lie. It's a bit weird.
And what are these faces as well?
Okay, moving on. Yeah, it's his edit team. They did that. Lokonga, review, vote.
Can I say something about Lokonga? Yeah,
Go
this
on.
guy's
I think he
playing.
was good. I'll just say I'm giving him 6.
Can I just say he plays in the DM role, and this guy barely makes any tackles. He just runs around.
He's not. Yeah, he's not a 6. But
He's not a
Is he-
6.
Do you think he's a box to box?
Yeah, he's a
Sandy?
box to
he
box,
is.
and I don't know
He's-
why we're
you know what
putting
it
him.
was? He was
Why
meant
is
to
that
come
he
in
playing
for
out of
Thomas
position,
Partey.
man?
No, but he was meant to come in for Thomas Partey, as in
Yeah,
when Thomas Partey was the box to box for us, and then
Yeah.
Partey got transitioned into a 6.
Yeah.
And now I think Arteta's thinking, let's move. The thing is, Lokonga can play in a lower league as a 6, but not in the Premier League yet. He's not experienced enough. But to be fair, Lokonga had a weird game. Like, there was a few moments where I'm like, okay, that's the Lokonga I want to see. And then there was moments where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because
So-
we want him to succeed. That's why.
people were surprised when we lost to United. I wasn't, because in our midfield, Lokonga, that whole game, I don't think he made a single tackle.
I wasn't, because I
No,
reckon
he
that
didn't,
Old Trafford's not that good. So I would have taken a draw at least. But they were clinical. We weren't, man. So it is what it is.
If your DM doesn't make a single tackle, then you don't expect to beat any team.
Yeah, that midfield is just it's a bit lightweight for me. I'm weak. So yeah.
So what are we saying right now?
I'll give him a 5, 6.
5 average.
I'll give Sambi a 5.
Is there a little bit of an agenda thing with Sambi now? Starting.
No, I like him. But he needs to
I'll be honest, I have an agenda, because if a player demands game time,
he needs to drive the ball forward for me, Sambi. I like him. I think he's quality.
Are you admitting to an agenda?
who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because if you're gonna demand game time, then show me, innit?
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
that's true.
You know what? If you're gonna, like Eddie Nketiah, for example, I know it's a bit of a, but Eddie Nketiah, for example, said, "I want game time. I want consistent games." Arteta gave it to him, and in my opinion, he proved it. Whereas
Yeah,
in Lokonga at the moment,
Eddie
I'm a
Nketiah's
bit
playing
like,
well.
why you can't pipe up, because you haven't really shown me anything yet. If that makes sense, I might be on my own, but that's how I feel. If a player's gonna pipe up, back it.
Nah, I agree. You saw it in All or Nothing. He wasn't happy because he wasn't getting game time. And as soon as he got game time, you could even go back to last season. This guy was shocking.
Yeah, he needs to improve. I like Sambi, but he needs to improve for me. Like, well, I think there's a future for him in our Arsenal Football Club. So he needs to do enough. He needs to do what we ask him to do. Like, show it, man. That's what he needs to do, man.
Okay.
He needs to drive the ball more. He needs to drive the ball forward. He needs to drive it like what Ndidi does for Leicester. He needs to do that. Do what Ndidi does.
Do you know that pass he did to Vieira? We need to see more of that kind of thing. Those balls he plays into Martinelli at times. The problem is you'll see one per half, and I'm like, you've got it in you to spray these passes. Do 2, 3.5, and we'll start to see a better version of him. It's like you can then forgive the tackles. You can then forgive those little things he may not be doing, because at least he's trying to control the midfield. So, but the problem is right now, he's not really doing it consistently enough. And it kind of worries me when you're playing a team like Zurich and you want to play in the Premier League where the teams are even more tougher, and you can't do it against lower oppositions with a midfield that isn't as good. So he needs to prove it in Europa League before he can pipe up again.
The Premier League is a different kettle of fish. Premier League is the hardest league in the world for me. Different kettle of fish. He needs to do that in the Europa League and Premier League as well. Simple.
Okay. Let me see what the people in the comment section are saying. People in the comment section, let's get your takes on this. I'm giving him a 6. You guys okay with the 6, or you want to give him less?
I'll give Sambi, because obviously I want him to succeed in it. So I'll give him a 5.
I'm fine with the 6s. It's not far off what I want to give him anyway.
I'm so confused. It's okay. Time to shut up because majority of Eagles fans are Arteta's fans. You know what? Majority of my fans are Arsenal fans. So we want to speak about the reality of the situation, not just not just positive stuff always, right? But of course, I hear you, my guy. Why don't deserve anything yet? What? Why don't we deserve
I think they
anything?
might be talking to each other. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know what you guys are chatting about. Anyways, I'm just gonna move on. Give him a 5 or a 6. What are we saying?
Just
5.
go in the middle, 5.5.
This can be a 5.
5.5.
Mm.
That's in the middle. They gave him a 7. They thought it was solid. I personally thought he was one of the man of match candidates. Anyways, outside candidate, not like one of the main candidates. Xhaka, if we're giving him a 5, we got to give Xhaka a 6 or a 7. I thought Xhaka was really good. He was outpacing people. He was outrunning people. He was bossing that midfield. I thought him and Fabio Vieira were both fantastic. Fabio Vieira impressed me in his debut. I thought Xhaka was a 7. Or I'll
probably give Xhaka. I'm gonna give him an 8.
8.
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding today. Even though, because obviously
you're giving some. Either your ratings are super low or super high.
No, because Xhaka, because Xhaka gets on my nerves with his red card and his sloppiness, but he's showing what we asked him to do. Just release the ball, keep it moving, and he's played well. So I'm going to give him an 8.
What the hell is this a thing?
I'll give Xhaka an 8. I thought he was outstanding today.
Did you guys hear about Rodrigo to Arsenal? Is this a thing?
Well, is that the Real Madrid Brazilian?
I thought so.
I don't know. I've not heard anything.
I think we got enough Brazilians in our team.
Yeah, no, I'm not the biggest Rodrigo fan. If I'm being completely honest,
what's he like? I've never seen him play. Goodness knows, what's he like?
He's a winger.
He's basically a Brazilian winger, like in a nutshell. He has got technical ability, but then my only worry is his end product is.
When were we linked to him?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I've not heard.
Oh wow! Arsenal have realized after Real Madrid have given the green light to make transfers in January. Squad fellow Brazilians Edward Militao and Rodrigo could both be going.
Okay, fair play.
But do you think Gabriel Jesus could leave Arsenal for Real Madrid? What? In the same article? What is
Jesus?
This?
He just started with us. Why would he just leave? Why would you just leave now?
What the hell is going on? Some of these articles don't make sense. You know what? We got to look more into that, bro. We got to look more into that. We'll save that for another. We'll save that for later, maybe. But bringing it back to Xhaka, give him a 7. Keep it moving. That's about right. Vieira, everyone.
I thought he was good today, man.
Chat to me about Vieira. He was good today.
Yeah, I think he was really good. I'd give him a solid 7.5. I think it was very good. I think one thing I need to say about him, I think he needs to get into the gym because, bro, if you play in the Premier League,
it's a club decision, by the way. That's why he wanted to.
Yeah, he needs to bulk up. He needs to bulk up a bit, man.
The club made the decision not to.
I think he's a bit skinny, innit? So
no. I think he's skinny by design to move around.
He needs to bulk up a bit, man.
Okay, so yeah, let's go to Vieira 7.5. One of the man of the match candidates. Marquinhos 8.
I'm giving him a 9, bro. I thought he was out. I'm giving him a 9, bro. I thought he was
outstanding player.
Give him a 10. Give him a 10. Goal and assist.
This guy.
No. 10s are only for special occasions.
Yeah, but look at that assist he had for Nketiah. I'm sorry, but
even the Martinelli header that he missed, that cross was a peak.
The way that Nketiah was like crossing the ball and that finish was good. Goalkeeper had no chance of saying that was a good finish.
I'm sorry, but Saka and Martinelli don't do that enough. They don't put the ball.
Saka doesn't do that enough for me. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so are we saying 9?
10.
No. There's no 10s.
I don't think it was a perfect game, but yeah, I'll give him a 9 because it was
9, man.
Okay, yeah, I feel like you guys are being extremely generous. I need to bring it down a notch.
Give him a 10, man. That was his debut as well.
9
you guys are being too generous. Understand that.
How
are we being too dangerous?
Okay. No, Igal. What did you expect from him?
Aubameyang has gotten hat tricks on this channel and hasn't gotten a 9.
Yeah, because Aubameyang is meant to score hat tricks.
And Aubameyang's a snake, and he joined Chelsea.
No,
so-
forget that. Forget that. Even that, you can ignore that. But genuinely, when you see Marquinhos on the score sheet, on the team sheet, no one expected that performance.
Okay, somebody in the chat has to okay it. Somebody in the chat says 9.
Why are you so against the 9? I'm curious. Like, because what was your expectation? Were you expecting him to score a hat trick or something?
No, I think you know what? We should speak about Marquinhos right now while we're here. Impressed. Very impressive. Very impressive debut. I thought he's a bright light. Maybe we have another Brazilian star in the making on our books, similar to how we have Martinelli. But at this moment in time, I just don't give out 9s for easy. I think you have to do something ridiculous. Like Jesus got 2.
No, but there's player expectations as well.
Jesus got 2 goals and 2 assists and got a 10.
That's fine.
But the way I do ratings as well. Yeah, because I look at the player and go, okay, it's his debut, first time he started away from home in Europe, in that hostile stadium, by the way, with flares going off and everything. Good finish, good assist. Should have got 2. Well, definitely should have had 2 assists. His performance was better if our finishing wasn't so shit. He was taking his man on every single time. He did what we want Saka to be doing game in, game out. That's the only reason I'm giving him 9. It's the fact that I didn't expect this from him. I just thought he would be okay. I thought he'd be like, he did what he needed to do. But he did more than that.
He's got end product as well. That's what I want to see. I want my wingers to have end product. I love Saka, but it's not enough for me, man.
I chatted 8.5. No one else in the chat's paying attention. Anyways, you know what? We'll save it. We'll save it for a second because I want to see what we give Eddie Nketiah, of course. Because if we're giving him a 9, what are we going to give Eddie Nketiah, by the way?
10.
Nketiah,
8.5.
What are you guys doing? Giving people 10s like it's
I haven't given Nketiah anything, man.
Yeah, I said 8.5.
I'll give Nketiah 8. Like, I'll give him an 8.
If you're giving Nketiah 8, you have to give Marquinhos 8.5.
Oh, they're different. I'm expecting Nketiah's performance. I'm not expecting Marquinhos' performance. There's a huge difference. I also rate on player expectation.
And basically gave you guys that 9. You guys got your 9. They gave him an 8. They said debut, remember, goal, emotional, and the assist, Eddie winner. Yep, emotional 9. 8 for Eddie Nketiah. We agree?
Nah, give him a 9. I think he was outstanding.
Oh my God! Everybody's getting 9s.
Well, not everyone. There's a lot of
Eddie Nketiah this season is gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I tweeted that. Yeah, straight.
Yeah,
up.
he's gonna surprise.
I think it's an 8 because I look at Nketiah. I expected this.
I just stamped it. Anyways, even though he gave away a penalty, we're giving him a 9 somehow.
Yeah, 9 should be fine, bro.
Oh,
Even though he gave away a penalty.
He performed that good. I forgot he gave the penalty away.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, Martinelli, if you guys are giving high ratings like that for these guys, I'm scared what you guys are going to give Martinelli in the low rating.
Martinelli,
I'd give him a 3.5.
2, bro. 2.
I was going to say 4.
2,
I'd say 3.5.
2.
Okay, I'm
today, man.
3.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what did he do? Or think about it. He missed a sitter. He missed another sitter. He didn't cross the ball. Like the thing is, every time we look at what he did, by the way, Martinelli is a fantastic player, but we need to learn to be critical. And today, I am 100% sure if you spoke to him in private, he'd probably give himself a 0 and be like, I was shit today. Because that's the mentality they have. We're just relaying what we expect from them. And today was a shocker from him.
His passing was sloppy as well, so I'm gonna give him a 2.
Oh, we're just gonna move that there. I felt like Odegaard, Zinchenko, Saka, and Jesus not long enough to give ratings. Do you guys agree?
No,
Yeah.
when Zinchenko came on, I thought he was shocking.
Was he?
I don't
Yes,
really
he
know.
was.
I didn't pay attention to him.
I
Honestly.
didn't pay attention to him.
I think a lot of people didn't pay attention because everyone thought the game was wrapped up. But I carried on watching the game. They kept targeting him with long balls and everything, and this guy was just wandering about, not even defending properly.
They by the way, they didn't rate any of them. They said not long enough to rate. So
No, Zinchenko, I'd give him a -2. That he was bad.
Bro, you just,
Zidane
you
needs
just
to
wanna-
fix up a bit, man.
you just
Yeah,
wanna
next
get-
time you come on, if I see a performance like that, then listen, I'll start Tierney in our next game, which is probably in a month, but I'll start
Nothing
Tierney
in
now.
the
Bro,
Yeah.
they gave him a 9. I don't know why.
But
They
I
forgot
didn't
he
give him a
did
9. Hey, they must have. I didn't give him a 9.
Okay, so yeah, there's a couple stuff that we need to speak about. The Leno comments. Did you guys hear about the Leno comments?
Yeah.
No.
What did you think about the Leno comments? Because Leno basically said he feels like he was politics kicked him out the club.
Now his
What?
feet kicked him out of the club. He can't distribute. The fuck is he talking about?
Wait, what does he mean by politics?
So
Did
he's
you not
basically
hear- did you
saying
not hear-
that no matter how well he performs, they had an agenda against him. Basically, they wanted him gone for their own gains.
Yeah, basically.
Nah, he was gone because he didn't suit the way Arteta wanted his
Exactly,
goalkeeper to play.
that's it.
And he gets beat off his near post every time.
One
Then he gets
second, one
beat by his
second.
near
Let me,
post.
let me show you guys what I'm talking about, so you have a general understanding of what I'm talking about. Leno on the exit from Arsenal. Leno said Leno makes Aubameyang comparison after Arsenal politics jab. He made a point saying he got kicked out of the club based on politics and not because of his actual ability.
He's the thing. Okay, look.
He
This-
felt like
this
he
the way I
wasn't
see it.
welcome anymore.
Yeah, but this is the way I see it right now. It's not even about him being welcomed or not. Leno doesn't suit the modern game. He's a good shot stopper, but a poor distributor. And the way that Arteta wants to play, actually many modern managers want to play, is playing out the back. You're going to see the same thing happen to David De Gea unless he somehow learns to distribute better. So the problem that I have with both the keepers who have left us, I don't know why they're so salty. Get on with your careers. Get on with it. Emi Martinez, how's that step up going for you, lad? And also you, Leno, no one fucking wanted you. Fulham even wanted to lowball us. So humble yourself. No one fucking wanted you. Not even your home country teams wanted you. Like, humble yourself. Like, I don't understand these players here who leave us and they want to make these big ass claims that we didn't want you. That's the God's honest truth. You didn't suit us. Same with Aubameyang. We got rid of him because of his antics off the pitch, and that's not the way we're moving anymore.
No, but I wouldn't include Aubameyang into that. I don't think
No,
Aubameyang
I'm just
spoke
saying,
bad
like,
about the
the
club
problem that
since
I'm
he's
having
left.
with these players is that they've now realized Arsenal is no longer that club that's just going to keep taking their shit. And that's the simple truth. And the fans also need to follow suit. I'm not taking this shit. If you good luck rotting Fulham. Because if you're going to make comments like that and not be humble enough to be like, look, thank you for Arsenal for giving him a platform, and move on gracefully, cool. I have no problem with you. But if you're going to pipe up, now let's see what you do at Fulham.
Wow. Shots fired.
Wow.
But I mean, he shot first, so.
Okay, so just before we move on, I just want to speak on this here. If you guys have seen it, let me know. Henri's comments on Arsenal currently. Henri seems to be believing in Arsenal again. Great comments to hear from the former Arsenal legend, captain, leader, mogul, idol, whatever you want to call him. Basically, he's come out and said that Arsenal, I believe in Arsenal. I believe, I did not believe for a long time that we could do something, but I can see the team's togetherness like it. And then he also went on to say some other stuff. 1 second, where is it? He also went on to say some other stuff. Where is it?
The way he laughed at the guy that said Tottenham can win the Champions League was hilarious. The way he just laughed at Tottenham was funny.
He also said that. And then where is it? Here it is. And then he was also speaking about the teams, the team stuff. Where is it? Yeah, Henri's point when it comes to squad depth, that was really good also. He made a point about squad depth. It was him and Jamie Carragher and stuff. And then he was also speaking, saying, looking at the team, I've got the likes of Jesus, William Saliba, Odegaard, Saka, The thing with Jesus, I know he knows how to win. He has won, and he brings it into the team. I believe in. You know, and then where else was there some other squad depth stuff? Yeah, you know what? That's it. Can't really find the rest of the stuff. But he mentioned squad depth. I thought that was really crucial when he mentioned the squad depth point. Oh, here we go. I believe it very long time, but I worry the Europa League because of the depth in the team. I think that the starting 11 is good enough, but it's a long season, so it may be a bit much for them. What do you guys think?
I think he's saying what most Arsenal fans think. That how many times have you heard Arsenal fans saying our starting 11's good, but the squad ain't good enough? And I agree. I think when you look at our starting 11, you go, yes, that's more than good enough to get top 4. But then a few injuries, Partey pulls an injury, one of the centre backs pull an injury, Tomiyasu pulls an injury, and then we're all of a sudden thinking, wow, like what can we do now? Squad depth is an issue, and that's why I was blaming Edu more than I was blaming Arteta, because I think Arteta was promised way more players than he got in the summer. I think Arteta probably asked for a midfielder and he didn't get one. We knew we needed a holding midfielder for a long time, and Edu just sat on it and said, yeah, we'll deal with that later. And it's concerning that say last season we did qualify for the Champions League because it was margins that we didn't qualify for it. If we went to the Champions League with this team, I'd be way more concerned. But because it's the Europa League, maybe they're thinking we can get by.
I'm looking at this, and I'm happy that he's saying something positive about Arsenal for once. Did you not think that he never says anything positive about the club? And this is the first time like he said something positive about the club in a long time, and deservedly so, because I feel like there's a positive mood around the club, and he feels that, and he finally believes in the team. And a lot of fans do, even the most pessimistic fans. So for Henry to say something nice about the club, it's been a while to hear him say something nice about the club.
But there hasn't been that much good legend to say about the club. So he's got a point.
But I've always found like it doesn't matter what it is, he always finds a way to draw on the negatives. Even when we were competing for top 4, he just said we're not going to get it. He ruled it out.
He was being realistic.
That's his opinion, though, isn't it?
He was right. He was right, but at the same time, it was like I felt like it was somewhat like I don't know, maybe just back the team and be like, you know what, maybe I think they could do it, but I still have some questions. Instead of saying I don't think they're going to do it.
You gotta remember, this guy was at Arsenal at a time where we were one of the best teams in the world. So seeing Arsenal now and the downfall probably hurts him. So of course he's not going to say all good things about Arsenal.
No, but I felt like he never said anything positive about the club. But
he doesn't need to. This is no, Igal, you're on your own in this one, because if his opinion is we're not going to get top 4, if his opinion is the process or the project or whatever, in his view, isn't good enough, why should he force to be positive? Like, there's a lot of fans who didn't believe in the process, still probably don't believe in it, and that's fine. Like, because that's your view. I'd rather you speak your mind. And if, like, because there's so many pundits who just force it. Like, look at Gary Neville. The guy forces it. And then when the fan agenda moves, and now it's all Glazer out, he's now jumping on the bandwagon. If we had representatives like that, I'd be like, toss them all in the bin, including Henry. But the fact he speaks his mind and he speaks his truth, whether we like it or not, the players should be looking at Henry and going, okay, you don't believe we're going to get top 4. Let me show you. Not, oh my God, Henry said we're going to get top 4. Oh, Henry loves us. No, they should use it as motivation, not as he's being negative. That's a mindset that fans need to change as well, in my opinion.
You know the thing what Henry said is he wasn't positive. Like 8th twice and 5th. You think he's going to be happy with 8th and 5th? 8th twice and 5th? No. So what do you expect? What do you expect? That's obviously I was
shown it. Yeah,
I wasn't happy for. I'm not going to expect it. And obviously we have to get top 4 this year. Is make or break in it for this manager. He has to get me what we need in it, so we can go to the next levels in it. So, like,
Can
he
I-
has to
can
win
I
that
show you
Europa
guys
League as
something?
well.
Can I show you guys something? Man
on.
United fans already coming out.
Oh, the
Coming
Norwich
out.
scarf's out now. Yeah.
Casemiro, Partey's clear of Casemiro apparently.
Oh my god.
It's so reactionary. It's so reactionary,
They're
man.
both good players, man, but they're both good
Bro,
players.
I told these guys Partey's clear of Casemiro as a footballer, but they wanted to laugh at me.
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay. Do you know what the
I
problem
probably
is? Right?
Partey is better than Casemiro. Yeah, he is.
No,
No,
but you
but
can't
I
say
think-
Egal, you can't say clear because I think that's what people
No,
look
no, no.
at.
as a
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
footballer.
No, Casemiro. Do you know what the problem is? Right? Casemiro has been sort of put on a pedestal because of what Real Madrid have done. Like Casemiro, to me, he's a good footballer. He's a top footballer. But the problem is people don't watch Real Madrid unless it's a semi-final, unless it's a final. If you watch La Liga week in, week out, you'll like I told people about Varane. I said he's not going to be the player you think he is, and I said the same about Casemiro. I go, the question is, if he's so good for Real Madrid, if he's the best defensive midfielder in the world, why would Real Madrid let him go right at the end of the window? And don't think about it. You have to. There's certain like thinking. What's his name now? The president. Yeah, I've forgotten his name. It's eluded me. He's not an idiot. He does good business. So why would he let him go 2 weeks before the window shuts when he can't replace him? And if you've got the best DM in the world, one of the most crucial positions on the pitch, and you can't replace that, why are you going to let him go?
True. Ancelotti didn't even want. Didn't want to. Ancelotti was crying because he didn't want Casemiro to go. Now they've got this other player. They've signed this other player. I forgot what his name
Tchouaméni.
is. Yeah, Tchouaméni, like fantastic player. So yeah, obviously Carlo Ancelotti, World Cup best manager in the world. He didn't want Casemiro to go. He wanted him to stay. But you can't force a player to stay. Like let them go to the next challenge. Simple.
All I gotta say is you all laughed at me. The whole time I was drawing on the differences between Partey and Casemiro, and I never took away anything from Casemiro. I just always drew on the fact that Thomas Partey in a possession team where he's being asked to be the lone six to pick up the ball, progress it, passing range, everything else superior to Casemiro. But hey, guys,
I never laughed at you about that. With
Hey,
Partey, yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I
You
never
were,
laughed.
you were in the chat saying, "Come on, Egal, stop comparing Partey to Casemiro."
Wait,
That's
I never. When did I say that?
You even came on a stream and said,
What are you talking
"Yo,
about,
I'm an
man?
Arsenal fan, and I even want to tell you Casemiro is clear."
Casemiro is clear as a CDM.
With
But
Partey,
as a footballer, you've got a point. You've got a point.
you know, with Partey, yeah, only Kante and Ndidi are clear of him. Only Kante and Ndidi are clear of him. That's it.
I
Egal,
wouldn't
you
say
came,
Ndidi right
came
now.
at me because I said
Ndidi's better than
Nketiah
Kante.
was
Come
better
on,
than
come
Darwin
on,
Nunes.
souls.
Ndidi's better than who?
Partey,
Eddie Nketiah right now is looking better than Darwin
Ndidi's
Nunes.
clear of Partey. Man.
Yeah,
Come
and he
on,
will for the rest
souls.
of the season. What?
Come on, Gunnar Souls. Ndidi's quality. He's just having a bad season. He's better.
I gotta
better
give
than-
I need to see it for longer. He's had one good season, in my opinion.
Leicester having a bad season. They're 20th.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but if he's
Come on,
also
man.
having a bad season, I can't now just say, yeah, he had one good season, so I'll keep drawing on that. That's just the way I see it. Like, he then needs to either move or he needs to show something, even in a bad team.
True, man. Like these lot haven't even won the game. They've been awful, man.
No, I
Okay.
rate him, but sometimes what happens is I can't look at one season and go, that's it. He's clear of a player who showed me multiple seasons. And Atletico's also had drop-offs whilst he was there, and he still looked the player he was. He was still influencing in the same way. And that's all I'm saying. Like, I want to see Ndidi do a little bit more before I can now compare him to more established players.
Yeah, I love
But-
Ndidi, and he's good because I'm Nigerian as well. It's good for my country as well. Nigeria,
yeah,
so
100, yeah.
good for my country.
I'd go all out for Declan Rice in January.
Declan
I'd
Rice
say-
is quality.
I'd
We're not
splash that
getting,
100 million.
we're not getting Declan Rice.
Why
Yeah, he's
not?
going to Chelsea now, isn't it?
West Ham have been poor, yeah, but would he leave West Ham? But even though they're 18th in the league, they've been shocking.
Oh,
He'd
he
leave
will
West
leave.
Ham
He'll
for
leave
us.
for certain teams.
West Ham are like 18th,
Yeah, they've
I
only
didn't know
won one game.
one game.
And
The
they've only
fans are
scored
more-
like 1 or 2 goals as well.
West Ham
They're not
fans
scoring.
are some of them are Moyes out, you know. Some of them are Moyes out.
you know
They might
Moyes
have
is a weird? He's a weird manager. You know,
I
the
rate
better
David
his
Moyes.
teams are,
I
the worse
I
he
rate
is.
David Moyes anyway. I rate David Moyes. He's
No,
a
but
good
you know what it
manager,
is? The
but
better his teams get, the worse he becomes. It's just weird.
I rate David Moyes. I think he's just his
Do you think he's
tactics.
an
innit?
overrated manager, or do you think it's the fact that he can't handle the pressure of having to actually achieve something?
Who, Moyes?
Yeah, because
He's not overrated. Come on, man. He's not overrated.
He can get Everton
He's a good
stable.
manager, come on.
He can get the club stable, but once it gets to like trying to get to that next level, he just can't get them there. Similar to Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers can get a team stable, but he can't get them past the hump.
I mean, he did win an FA Cup with Leicester, but
yeah,
And you know what? With Brendan
rate
Rodgers, when he was at Liverpool almost won the league with Suarez and them, but it was the defense that cost them the Gerrard slip that cost them the title. He almost won the league with Liverpool that season, the 2004, and they finished second that season.
no, I hear what you say. I think it's what
Suarez left the next season as well. Like, he got found out when Suarez left. He got absolutely found. Why would you get Ricky Lambert and Balotelli? Like, come on, man. He's been good.
Benteke came under Klopp, right? So
yeah,
everyone's made mistakes at times.
No, I'm saying Brendan Rodgers. He got Ricky Lambert to replace Suarez. I'm thinking Ricky Lambert was good for Southampton, but why are you getting him to replace Suarez? You should be getting someone to replace, not Ricky Lambert for Balotelli.
Yeah, you need a Suarez player, not a Ricky Lambert, not an Andy Carroll. But yeah, like I think when you say overrated, how high do people rate Moyes? Like, because I see him and I'm like,
rate him highly.
That's perfect. Like, you know, that kind of manager, that's perfect. So I don't actually rate him higher than that. When it comes to winning things and the pressure, I kind of understand that, because I kind of made the point that every time his teams improve, like for example, this summer, he's gotten Scamacca, he's gotten Maxwell Corney, he got Paqueta, that's a big one. And they seem to be doing worse. Now, I don't know why.
They've got a small squad, West Ham. They've got a small squad.
Did they win today?
Yeah, they won 3-1 against that team.
What team?
F something in the Conference League.
Oh yeah, they're in the Conference League. Yeah,
some F team, but they were a bit poor. They were a bit shocking, but they've turned it around.
Versus fcsb.
Yeah, that's it.
Never heard of this.
I rate Moyes, but I'm not saying he's not like Klopp or like Ancelotti, because they're all. He's not on that level anyway.
Bro,
so
you rate everyone over Arteta.
Arteta's a rookie, mate.
How long are you gonna call him a rookie?
He is. I'm sorry, man.
No, but how long are you gonna call?
Because he's been there since 2019. He's not a top class manager. He's inexperienced.
Bro,
he should not have got a job in the first place.
Top manager. He's going to Chelsea.
Potter's a good manager. I'll take Graham Potter at Arsenal anyway. And Graham Potter has done well in Ostrasunds and Swansea and Brighton. I think
take Graham Potter over Arteta.
Yes, because he's clear of him. His man management is good. He plays good football. Come on, man. Graham Potter's my guy. I'll take him over Pep's water boy, man. End of.
I bet you any money Graham Potter gets sacked before Arteta.
No,
we
that's
know that's going to happen.
we know that's going to
I
happen.
think he'll succeed.
Yeah.
Arteta could bottle top 4 and will still be in the job next summer. Like,
because if Arteta does not get me my top 4 win the Europa League, he has to go for me.
But he won't though.
We'll get Lewis.
If Arteta doesn't get top 4, I think all fans that keep saying this.
Guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up. We've been going for an hour. Honestly, we covered a lot of topics. Shout out to you guys for
you, bro.
jumping in the video. Big up to everyone in the chat. You already know what it is. Gunnar Souls, thank you. Thomason, shout out to you.
You as well, bro.
You guys been staples on the show lately. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, if we are off for the next 2 weeks, don't worry. Content's not going to stop. We're going to continue to push out content for you guys. But hopefully we can get some Premier League action back within the next 2 weeks. And we're not away for 2 weeks. But most likely we will be gone for 2 weeks. Am I wrong, guys?
We'll be gone for 4 weeks.
4 weeks, bro.
Yeah, because the international break in it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, international break.
The only thing that we've got is European football. That's it.
No football for 4 weeks, guys. Anyways, guys, don't worry. You know what we'll do? We'll do some top 10s and we'll do a bunch of ratings. That's
what we'll do for the derby, innit, on the 1st of September.
We'll have our in and out conversation for for no reason. Keep tabs on Rodrigo to Arsenal. We'll keep a tab on our Rodrigo to Arsenal, but it's not going to happen.
No one wants Rodrigo, bro. Who wants
You
Rodrigo?
want me to show you guys the article? The article even itself doesn't make sense. Where is it? Here it is.
So the article says that Real Madrid are willing to let them go. So what do? Link them to Arsenal.
Yeah, it says Real Madrid are willing to let them go. That's it. It doesn't say anything about, and there's too many adverts on this thing for you to even see it. So now that Vinicius Jr. has gotten his Spanish passport, they're trying to get more of these guys to get their Spanish passports, and they're trying to get rid of the players who don't have Spanish passports. That's it. Anyways, enough about that stuff, guys. You already know what it is. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you, guys. And have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I hate when these robots start doing the random sex things.
Just to remind everyone, Darwin Núñez is a fraud.
His touch is poor, bro. I thought his touch.
Yes, people. You already know what it is. The KDG on EGTV, and we're back again with another video very, very soon. Vibes from the 6th will be back tomorrow, making the permanent predictions if there are games. But yeah, peace out, people. You already know what it is.